Oh my goodness, look at that. Make one batch of homemade mac and cheese and get 2 dinners out of it. Becky Low might have the best meal remake around. It's great to see you, Becky.
Thank you.
Okay, so night number 1, mac and cheese. We're gonna get into it, but what's night number 2?
Tomato soup. Tomato basil creamy soup. And then put them all together into a grilled mac and cheese sandwich.
I am so on board with this idea. I am so on board. Okay, let's kick it off.
What better thing, comfort food, can we have than mac and cheese?
It's true.
And grilled cheese and tomato. Oh,
I'm a sucker for tomato soup too. I love tomato soup.
I do too.
I love it.
So let's see if we can get through all 3 recipes really fast.
Okay.
First one is mac and cheese. Instead of just buying the blue box, make it yourself. And so I'm going to just skip ahead and show you a couple of steps. All it is just a white sauce that we begin with. I have that. And it's butter and some flour. The recipe's on there. And there's a lot of variations. You put in the milk and bring it to a boil until it's nice and thick. Cheeses. Yes. You've got to have the cheese in there.
It goes.
So there you go, the cheese.
I would take homemade mac and cheese over the blue box any day, and you're breaking it down in a way that doesn't make it seem too tricky.
Oh, you know, it is really, really easy, and so it's nice. Well, my sauce has cooled down just a little bit, so it's not quite hot enough to melt, but you would melt that and then put in the macaroni.
That's the noodles.
It.
Okay.
Oh, and then your seasonings, you know, so salt and some pepper and some Tabasco sauce or whatever you want.
Tabasco sauce. You've been talking to Mark. He pulls that out for almost every meal, I swear.
For everything,
Okay, so that's dinner idea number 1.
Okay, now you want to have some extra. I've baked it. We actually have leftovers there. Okay, now the next thing is the soup, and this is a tomato basil soup. So I've started off with onions, and I sauteed them until they're just starting to caramelize, which we have right here. Okay, then I'm going to pass these ingredients to you, and you put them in. This is probably one of the easiest soups that you can make.
Really?
Canned tomatoes, and those are plum tomatoes. Okay, and I like to use the whole tomatoes. You know, don't even worry about if they're chopped up or not, because I'll show you what's going to happen. Okay, chicken broth.
Chicken broth.
Sun-dried tomatoes.
Sun-dried tomatoes.
A little salt, a little sugar, a little pepper, and pepper flakes. Put those in too.
There it is.
Okay, that's it. You want to simmer those for about 20 minutes. You know, how can you get quicker with a soup than that? Here it is. It's all simmered down.
Oh my gosh, you guys, it smells amazing. Really, I wish everyone could smell the aroma in our kitchen right now.
Oh, and you know, I forgot one of the most important things, basil. Let's pull that in too.
You add that early on?
Yep, I do. So it's just all simmering right in there with it. You can see those basil leaves that are all cooked up with it. Okay, now this is what it looks like. If it's too thick, then you can thin it down with some tomato juice.
How do we get those tomatoes all pureed out?
Oh, good point. Immersion blender. Or a potato masher. Oh, and you know what? I don't think we're plugged in.
You know what?
You would just...
I just reunited with mine this week in the kitchen. I had lost it, and I cleaned out my cupboards, and I was like bear hugging it on the floor in my kitchen. I was so excited.
You know, that is probably one of my go-to things because it's small and it's easy to use.
So I'll celebrate by using it this week in
We
this
also
recipe.
want some cream cheese.
Okay.
Put a little cream cheese in there. Okay, and when you blend it, that's going to, it's hot, and so it's going to melt that up, and it makes a nice creamy texture,
Becky,
which we have in the sample. You can see that that's all together.
All right, so night 2, creamy homemade tomato soup, and let's bring it all together. Bring it home, Becky.
Okay, the sandwich. Sandwich.
The what?
The sandwich.
The sandwich.
Yeah. Now I have to tell you about this one.
Yeah.
I used some larger macaroni with this, and so I sent the photos to my niece, and she says, "Oh, Presley would just love that. It would an octopus sucker sandwich with cheese."
This is your nephew, Presley?
Yes.
An octopus sandwich. Sucker. Oh my gosh, don't try to say that 5 times fast. At least I'm speaking to myself.
Maybe it's just those boys that you want to do.
That's cute.
Okay, third one is very easy. Grilled cheese is grilled cheese and it comes together fast.
Yes.
Okay, you go ahead and start with that one.
I can do this. This is my specialty.
I have the buttered, you know, the tops and the bottoms of this. We want to add some cheese, and I like this good sharp cheese. You can use...
Do you salt your bread when you make...
I don't, but you
don't?
can.
I'm gonna.
You know, that's the part that it's just preference to you. Nope, we're gonna, yeah, you can.
Is that okay?
You can for that one.
Okay.
Okay, bring over our leftovers too. We need to have those leftovers here. And by the way, I really like French bread for this one.
Okay.
Okay, you can use just your sandwich bread. It doesn't make any difference. little bit of salt there.
Yep. Where are the leftovers I'm reaching for right here?
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
You need to add some cheese to this, and so put a little bit of cheese on the top of there.
Oh my gosh, I'm a busy girl today.
You are. Okay, here's our leftovers. Now, I actually have more leftovers than what I'd ever have in my house.
Right.
I'm going to give you a spoon too.
Okay.
And it's a little bit on the tough side because it is leftovers, right?
We pulled this right out of the fridge.
Yep, but by the time this melts in the pan, it is just
right here, just on top
wonderful.
of the bread?
Yep, yep.
Okay.
And actually, I like to do it. There's two different ways. You know, with grilled cheese, there is no magic on how you actually do it.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to get into this.
Smash it down.
Didn't you say something about fat-free, calorie-free? I don't know.
Protein and calcium. So I'm actually doing my whole thing together so as it melts, it melts down into each other.
Gooey, ooey.
Ooey, gooey. It starts to ooze out. You want it so it's golden brown on both sides and it's oozing.
Oh, Becky. Oh, Becky. All hail Becky.
Wonderful and tasty. And
yes, I will be trying all of the above, and I will think of Presley when I eat my octopus sandwich. That's so cute.
Octopus
so cute.
sucker
sandwich. Yeah. Thank you so much, Becky. Super fun. Look for this recipe on our website, along with hundreds of other Becky Low recipes. They're there at the recipe tab at studio5.ksl.com.